1 year ago, I started one of the most ambitious projects I've ever worked on. To be honest, that was my first video game. Look, I know I haven't uploaded in a long time, guys, but this is what I've been working on for the past month, so I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to it. It started back in the summer of 2025. I was just about to start high school, and for the first time in a while, I had more free time than I could imagine. I had the entire summer with almost nothing planned. At the time, I was trying to upload consistent YouTube videos every Sunday, but towards the end of the summer, I started to kind of run out of ideas, and I kind of just went to just playing video games for a ton of the time. And so I decided, I'm always playing video games, what if I try and make my own video game? Now, the first versions of the game were extremely simple, but what I realized is if I wanted to make a better version, I was going to need new animations. So what I thought was instead this time I should probably learn 3D. Nice. So back in January of 2026, I was like, okay, now I'm going to start learning Blender. So I started learning, but I kind of gave up on it a little bit, and then I came back to it right after I finished my short film. So I learned character design, I learned rigging. I don't know if I actually learned rigging. No! I learned physics, animation, and I learned kind of all the things I would need for the game. So when summer came around, I kind of just grinded out working on the game. So what I did is I made running animations, jumping animations, rolling animations. I was kind of just reskinning the game that I previously had. Originally, if you hit an obstacle, the game would just stop and you'd show a death screen. I decided to add some really good sound effects for when you die, so I went on Freesound and I found this goated sound effect, and I put it in the background. But for the death animation, my rig kept on breaking in Blender, so instead I went to Mixamo and I rigged up my guy. Then I noticed another problem in my gameplay. You could just bounce off of obstacles and go super high in the air, which was okay, but players would just completely abuse this to get away from obstacles. And so I ended up adding fall damage. The way this works was if you jumped off anything that wasn't on ground level, you would take fall damage. But the problem with fall damage is there's no way to get your health back up. So I decided to add healing potions to the game.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Now, the problem was, how do you drink the potions? So I decided to make an inventory system that had 3 little slots while you were in-game, just 3 little bubbles in the corner. Now you could pick up items, the only items you could collect were the potions. I also added a few other potions. I added a jumping potion that would make you jump twice as high when you drank it. It was this kind of green looking potion. And then I also added a potion that would make you go faster. And then I added one after that called slowness, which would slow you down, which was actually quite useful. That way you can not die. Now I had 4 potions and I felt pretty complete, but I wanted to make a better way to attain the potions than just picking them up off the ground, because currently they were just kind of spawning on the ground randomly and you would pick them up. That just felt kind of trashy, so I decided, how could I make the potions myself? I kind of just thought about the way they brew stuff in Minecraft, but I wanted to kind of put a little of my own spin on it, because I don't want to just blatantly copy Minecraft. That would probably not be a good idea. FBI, open up! So I came up with a separate lobby screen before you go into the game where you can kind of craft your stuff. At this point, the game was becoming much bigger than the original idea, with a lobby and multiple different screens you could go to, before even entering the game. As more features got added, the lobby became very crowded though. I needed space for everything. A store, a brewing area, a chest, a leaderboard, a play button, a character. Nothing worked, and the UI was a complete mess. For a while, I genuinely started questioning my design skills, which at the moment just did not exist. And eventually, after a few days of experimenting, I finally created a lobby that felt kind of actually clean, and it kind of worked. At this point, I basically had a game, so I decided to release a beta version on Instagram.
Are you serious?
After about a week, 25 people had joined. I quickly discovered another problem though: moderation. People started making pretty questionable usernames on the leaderboard, and the problem was that everyone could see them. Bro, oh my god, you're so good, bro. Bro, how did you run into that, bro?
I'm sorry.
Bro, no,
You're distracting me.
Ain't no way, bro.
You're distracting me, bro.
Bro.
This is
Dude,
why I did this,
you got
bro.
so much stuff. Yo, what is that username,
Yo.
bro? So I created a banned word system, which took a long time because I had to type out everything I could think of. Yeah, because AI couldn't do that part. I had to type out every single word I could think of.
They ask you how you are, you don't just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
But people still got around this by misspelling the words. Like, there's no way. But eventually I got the system to work pretty well. I just banned people who had bad usernames.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Now, the cosmetics. So, another part of the feedback I got from launching the game was that, oh my god, there's only one skin. But my game wasn't designed for multiple characters when I created it, so if I had to animate another skin, that would take me twice as long to put out the game. There's no way I'm doing that. But I still wanted to add some sort of different cosmetic, because I feel like every game has that nowadays. So then I had an idea. Instead of replacing the entire character with different proportions, which would be a complete nightmare rigging, first of all, I decided I was just gonna do a different color hat. At first, I manually traced hundreds of times. I literally stayed up till like 2 a.m. for multiple nights just tracing hats on their heads, and then I would like put the hat on as a separate layer in the game. But that didn't work because it looked way too 2D and I just felt like I'd wasted 2 days of my life. And so instead I had a new idea. I was just gonna duplicate the folder with all the sprites in it, and then for each sprite of the character, I would do a version by just erasing their entire body and leaving their hat. And this way I had a new layer of the exact same hat that I could dye any color I wanted by just running it through a program, which is super simple. And this way I didn't take so much time, though it did take a lot of time to erase every single character and every single sprite. I could create basically infinite hats if I wanted to. But at this point, I kind of just realized that I'd wasted a ton of time, but it was a good learning experience, and it did kind of shape the way I made the game later on, in a much more efficient way. So for the past week, I've been more locked in than I ever have on the game.
My time has come.
I've added multiple maps. I've added a beautiful forest, beautiful sprites, beautiful, everything's so beautiful. The game just looks beautiful. Beautiful! But I don't want to ruin too much. I've added new maps, new 3D assets, and I've started developing the story behind the game. So if you guys want to play it, I know you guys on YouTube haven't even touched it yet. You guys are like, why did Instagram come first? But if you guys want to be in the new videos, you guys got to check out the Instagram because that's growing super fast, and that's where all the info is going before I make videos. My Instagram is linked in my description, so go check that out. So if you guys want to play, go check out gnomerun.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.